Hello, here's another kind of a mini last minute short report. I'm here in Donald's where our daughter and son-in-law live with their 4 children. I'm standing beside a huge clump of roots from an enormous pine tree that fell over. This thing is about, I don't know, it's at least 15 feet tall, this clump of roots. And as many of you know, a lot of you are from around this area. In fact, you know the incredible destruction that is everywhere you look. Just today doing errands, trying to get the paperwork for their car and everything and insurance and all that, why I saw houses split in two, just all kinds of devastation. And honestly, I didn't realize it was going to be that bad. I knew it was in theory, but I guess until you see it, it doesn't really click. And of course, the people who live here, the stories that they tell, they'll never forget it. It's a historic event that is one of the worst that's ever hit this area in all of modern history, anyway. And so it has somewhat changed our schedule. We couldn't really, of course, we didn't plan for it, as no one else did. So our first church this Sunday that we were going to report to is, where do you think? Up in the mountains of North Carolina, some of the hardest hit territory. And we're not even going to make it. We can, the roads, half the roads, those country roads are still all blocked and there's no power, and just communicated with the pastor, and we're going to try and reschedule, but we won't even try to get there this weekend. And so that's the way it is. One of our supporting churches I saw made the news because the water was all the way up to the ceiling. It was completely inundated. So there's a catastrophic mess there and humongous expenses as well. So yeah, that's nuts. But the Lord knows what He's doing, obviously, and what He permits and why He permits it. And I'm sure there are many, many stories of grace in the midst of it all as well, even as they continue to find people and unbury towns and houses and so forth. You all know that. I'm not going to give you what you can see in the news. Won't even put up any pictures or videos, because you can see plenty of it just Googling it. But want to ask your prayers for our ongoing trips. The following week we're in Pennsylvania, and then we're going a number of different states around the area, and we'll be reporting of what God is doing there in the ministry in Spain, which is just absolutely, in a sense, busting at the seams with God's work and many, many people's hearts and lives. And you are a part of that if you pray for us and help us in any way. So we thank you very much, and thank you for your prayers for our trip. Very long, 9 hours sitting, 9 or more, sitting in a seat. It gets very, very long. Longer and longer each time we do it as we get a little older. But very grateful to land, and then grateful for friends like John and Margaret who picked us up there at Charlotte. What is normally maybe a 90-minute trip up and back was, in the end, I don't know, they were probably out for 7 or 8 hours by the time it was all done, just because of traffic and coming in to Greenville last night on the 6-lane highway with street lights out, dark, gobs of traffic, trying to cross 6 lanes of traffic. It was actually spooky at times because it was so eerie. So it was like going through a war-torn zone. Anyway, okay, I'm going to let it go at that. Thank you very much. Are looking forward to spending time with family and meeting many, many supporting friends and letting them know what God is doing there in northern Spain, where our church and the believers are healthy. Our co-workers are doing a good job. It will do a good job, and we'll be communicating. I've already communicated with probably 60 or 70 of the church people just today as they follow and see some of the pictures and videos that I sent them from the stuff going on here. Okay, I'll let it go. Take care. Goodbye. God bless you.